So I think you might find this interesting if this makes sense. A big realization that I've been using for myself the past few months or even past year is realizing how much of these functions, these human needs, they are not necessarily real. They're overreactions. For example, like when you're a little kid, you want to eat all the birthday cake. You see a box of donuts, you want to eat all the donuts. You have a high desire for sugar. As you get older, you realize, I should probably moderate that. I should rather than eat the whole box of donuts. Maybe I should just have one, right? And so it's that kind of way when it comes to these functions and these demons. Like, for example, kind of watching some people this week that are Savior EP, or just say Gather, Lead SE or NE. So they're not liking being narrowed down. They don't like control. They want to always have a new option. They want to have the freedom, right? So they finally get to a point in life where here comes the narrow down monster. They're being forced to control, or control is being forced on them because they're unknowingly causing so much goddamn chaos in their life that the tribe is forcing horrible control on them. They, of course, don't see that. They just blame the person who's trying to control it, whatever, right? So here comes control on the person. And so the natural reaction is, I'm a lead EP, I'm Gather, and so if I'm being controlled, this is nuclear war. I mean, I will end a relationship over this. I will leave the country. I will quit my job. How dare you control me, right? And it's easy for me to see them do that, but then also realizing that I'm doing that in my own way. You know, when I'm freaking out about something for 48 hours, it's the biggest, most dramatic thing ever. To the other guy looking at me, they're like, that's really a 20-minute problem. I don't know why you're dramatizing it, right? And so I'm just really realizing that it's so much of a choice. The desire to always eat the whole box of donuts is always going to be there. Like, that's not going away. Like, I finally have been settled with that. I'm not going to try and find a diet or a routine that eliminates the desire to eat all the donuts. So when the control and the chaos comes, when the bad feelings come, when the 48 hours worth of drama comes, I can go, all right, my body's natural reaction is to dive into this giant box of drama. Or, you know what, maybe I'll just go with 20 minutes of drama. Maybe I will force this problem to be small and just make it another problem and move on with it. I've really seen that for myself by watching others. Watching the EPs go apeshit crazy about control being forced on them. I don't mind control. Force a little bit of control on me. Hey, that sounds great, right? But to see that it's kryptonite to them, I'm just thinking like, hey, dude, if you would kind of go with the control, it'd be over in 20 minutes. It wouldn't be a big deal, but you're kind of amping it up and making it a big deal. You can choose to do that, but you don't really have to. Your brain wiring is going to want you to do it, but you don't have to go along with that, right? Where am I doing that in my life? Maybe I don't have to freak out about stuff as much as I usually do. Maybe I can narrow this down to a 20-minute freak out rather than a 2-day freak out, because really, is this really that big of a problem? Or is this my brain wiring wanting to amplify this into a giant problem? And when I ask that question, I've found so far that every time I thought there was a legitimate drama monster and I wanted to eat the whole giant box of drama, I really realized, it's kind of just my head blowing it out of proportion. So some actual practicality of using these functions and these human needs is they kind of turn the light on and let you see the boogeyman and let you see that you are going to have a desire to freak out about apeshit crazy, this, that, or the other thing. And that's just the way it is. That's the way you are. And now that you know that, you can now choose, do I really want to keep doing that? You're always going to want to keep doing that. Your body's going to always want to do it. But now you can sort of get some conscious control and go, I don't know if I want to do this as much as I used to.